Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is explaining various states the Vijnani experiences. Jnani is one who has seen God. Vijnani is one who is experiencing God in various ways, as if a person has reached somebody's house and seen the master, and he wants to go to the inner apartment and know every bit of that house and the people who are associated with him. Everything about the master he wants to know. So, Vijnani is one who is intimately associated with God, knowing God in various aspects of his existence, which can be experienced in and through the human body, at physical, at transcendental, and the beyond levels. So here we see Master as the all-pervading spirit. He exists in every being. The Vidyasagar is asking the question, has he empowered some people with greater power and others less power? To that he is answering, we saw this yesterday. Once more I will read. As the all-pervading spirit, he exists in all beings, even in the ant. But the manifestation of his power are different in different beings. Otherwise, how can one person put 10 to flight while another cannot face even one? And why do all people respect you? Have you grown a pair of horns or laughter? You have more compassion and learning. Therefore, people honor you and come to pay their respects. Don't you agree with me? Vidyasagar smiled. Everywhere we see Sri Ramakrishna giving some example from the normally seen world to make them understand the secrets of nature, secrets of God in a simple way, and secrets of sadhana, how to reach. Here is explaining how the nature provides manifestation of the power is different at different levels. The name, form, movement, all these are external manifestations of one consciousness. The difference is because of the difference in manifestation of power. Sattva Rajatama. In some places you see excessive tamas like matter. Knowledge is there, understanding is there, senses are there, intellect is there. All these belong to the cognitive faculties, all belong to Sattva. Every movement that you see, whether in atomic configuration or the universal level, all this belong to the Rajas aspect. Rajas, Tamas and Sattva differentiation in manifestation. One is contemplative by nature, another is very active, running about in the world, somebody is always sleepy and lethargy filled. So Sattva Rajatama, nature difference. And is it by nature by itself? No. It is, as far as the physical world is concerned, it is mostly the nature's part is greater, and individual level, our own momentum, past momentum is the cause. I have acquired such a moment in certain direction. I have acquired more sattva. I am very close to God. I have acquired more tamas. I am more towards the material. Little more tamas, I have become matter. That much of difference. So I have acquired that nature. I have acquired that nature. And external nature has to respond to my individual nature. So situations, circumstances, nature's phases go on changing according to our behavior. But at cosmic level, if you see planets, stars, various levels of manifestation, gross, subtle and causal, so Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, at that level, at the individual level of Prajna, Tejasa, Vishwa, various manifestations, they are standardized protocol. In that, there is difference. In human, all human may look alike, but in each, the manifestation of power is different. Objects may look alike, but one is soft, one is hard. The differences will be there. Vidyasagar smiled. The master continued. There is nothing in mere scholarship. Sri Ramakrishna goes on insisting on this a lot. A person might be well learned in Upanishads and scriptures, but if he doesn't have dispassion towards the world and passionate attachment for God, he has not understood the scripture at all. He must be able to love all beings, serve all beings, sacrifice his life. Then only the essence of the scriptures have been gathered. There is nothing in mere scholarship. The object of study is to find means of knowing God and realizing Him. Again, the object of study is to find the means of knowing God and realizing Him. Realizing God. Why? We all jivas, every ant to the devatas, what are we seeking ultimately is I want happiness, I want peace, and I want freedom. These three making every jiva run. I want peace, I want peace. I want happiness. From one object to other, he goes on running, possessing, enjoying. But where is the bliss? Where is the... And everywhere, whatever you hold, whatever you see, is going to arrest you. Where is the freedom? So in the world, you cannot get this freedom. By realizing God, you will be transcending the nature in which you are imprisoned. You are coming out of the prison. You are entering into another dimension of transcendental reality where there is no duality at all. It is reality. All jivas are spread in the ocean of bliss. Each is experiencing the ocean of bliss, pervading it. Now you see, like sugar has entered water, dissolved in water to become sweet. Every bit of the water is sweet. It's sweet. What sugar might be feeling. When the sugar was limited, one place it was lying. The same sugar, he has expanded its existence to infinity by dissolving in that water. It was limited, it has become unlimited. It has not changed its, the innermost bliss is spread into the external. Like that, in case of entering into transcendental is expansion of consciousness from limited consciousness of individual consciousness, Jiva Chaitanya, to Vishwa Chaitanya. Is expert. Microcosm merges in the macrocosm and looks at the absolute existence, Brahman. Even with the Ishvara, is experiencing intense joy, total freedom from the entire nature, birth, death, all these are at his fingertips, at his will, and he is seeing beyond. The object of study is to find means. We need the means of knowing God. How to know? I want to know. I must know the means. And realizing God. Utilize that means. You'll be getting somewhere, sometime. You are searching for a job where all you can approach, where all you can try. The means to reach that job, and after that, attaining that job. A holy man had a book. When asked what it contained, he opened it and showed that on all pages were written the words Om Rama and nothing else. So, the whole content of that book, the essence, this is reference to the scholarship. What you should know is one simple thing to realize God, and you utilize that, put that into practice and realize God. The whole essence and nothing else. What is the significance of Gita? See, here it becomes more clear how the sadhu is one-pointed. Wherever all pages, all people carry the book, the diversification is so much. Here, it need not be written Rama, 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 Rama alone. But the essence of thing, whole thing is Rama, Rama. Now, I saw one sadhu's book. Just Rama was there. With that, Rama's picture itself he has drawn. Another page, with the same Rama, he has drawn Sita's picture. See Lakshmana's picture. Every bit is just, instead of line, he has written Rama. Hanuman's picture, he has written with Rama. He has written a tree. Instead of drawing line, he has drawn Rama, 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 Rama. The book contains only Rama, but there is a tree, there is Rama's picture, there is so many things, each page, but it is everything what you see around is Rama. A building is there, Rama. A hill is there, Rama. How the view changes, you see. As if every border of every object, every surface of every object is made up of Rama. The whole thing is Ramamaya. Ramamaya Jagat. So, how does a sadhu aim his mind to God? He is in the same multifarious world in which we are all there. But he is seeing something else. What we are seeing is something else. Our mind is backed by differences. I am driven by likes and dislikes. I like certain things, I don't like certain things in this world. But when we see Rama pervading everything, there is no likes and dislikes. What to leave, what to hold, what to appreciate, what to depreciate, everything is Ramamaya. He himself is Ramamaya. So only love alone flows. Whomever he sees, there is blessing and well-wishing. May you prosper, my child. May you realize. May you attain the eternal. And love, pouring love. So this is what equanimity brings. The vision of God brings this kind of awareness. So that Sri Ramakrishna says the whole book was written only Rama. It need not be Rama, 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 Rama. It can be any picture made up of just writing Rama instead of every line. Suppose I draw a eye, small letters of Rama makes that eye. The essence is that everything he sees, everything is only intention, the whole essence of his life is centered in Rama. Here also, next, this is one way of visualizing Ramamaya Jagata. This is external world, you are seeing divine everywhere. Your vision, and what about your internal transformation? What is going to happen? What is the significance of Gita? One is reading must lead you to see divine everywhere. You have to transcend the material world and reach the spiritual world. The material world has to be eliminated from your mind. So divine must be superimposed. There are two aspects. One is denial and one is affirmation. Both must go together. Mano buddhi ahankara chittaninam shivoham shivom. It must be followed by shivoham shivom. Not this, that, not this thing. This is not world, this is God. There we see, trying to see divine everywhere. Studies must ultimately lead you to see everything pervaded by one reality. One reality has become all this and is going to merge in that one reality back. This is writing Om Rama on all pages. What is the significance of Gita? It is what you find by repeating word 10 times. It is then reversed to Tyagi, which means a person has renounced everything for God. And the lesson of Bhagavad Gita is, oh man, renounce everything and see God alone. Whether a man is a monk or a householder, he has to shake off all attachments from his mind. See, Gita, Gita, Gita. If you really just go on reading Gita from starting to end, you will see one thread passing through. Realize God. Cultivate dispassion for God and passionate attachment for God. Jagate Virag and Bhagavane Anurag. Virag doesn't mean discarding. The renunciation, when we say the term renunciation, Tyaga, Vairagya, these terms are normally men think it is discarding something and going away. No, it is growth. Just like I am emerging out of my balya, I am emerging out of my youth, I am going beyond growth. It is growth making me a fish, small fish in a small cup. When it grows, it has to live. You have to put that fish in a mug, larger. When it grows, it cannot move in that. You have to put in a trough. It is renouncing. It is giving up because of growth, not because of discontent, not because of I will get something more there. It is growth is making him to expand. As you expand, this your small family looks so small. You, am I ready? All my life is going to end with this. I want to love this whole society. I will do all my duties of life. At the same time, I let me serve all around and be at least love them, speak to them, mix with them, find oneness with them. Then little more expansion towards the nation, towards the whole humanity, to love entire humanity, to love all beings, to love the whole universe. How the consciousness expands from individual level, I, because even family or anything I am keeping is for me. I am keeping all objects. My child is for me, husband or wife is for me, my parents are for me, what all property I am keeping is for me. That is what all I possess. There is no sacrifice of any type. I have done lot of work to accumulate all this for me. Work I am doing is for me. Morning getting up, from brushing my teeth to sleeping at night, all things I am doing for me. So there is no sacrifice. Even it looks like I am striving for my family. I am keeping family itself for my sake. I cannot live without it. Because I cannot live without it, I am keeping it. Because I am keeping it, I have to maintain it. So ultimately we see we are living for ourselves. We are not living for anybody. So the way slowly you emerge out, you start really living for your family. Now you are not keeping the... I saw a mother loving the child. She's hugging the child. I saw she's enjoying the company of child. It is not child's sake she is loving the child. She cannot live without that child. She is holding the child, hugging it, kissing it. It's all she is drawing enjoyment from that child. I saw children loving a dog. They are enjoying it. They are not for the dog. The child, mother is not there for child. Child is there for mother. When it reverses, there is only blessing. There is no, the field of the attitude itself changes. It wants the child to be happy, child to be evolving, child to be growing. She sees the child in an entirely different vision. She doesn't want any enjoyment from the child, any consolation, any benefit from that child, not even its company. I am there for child. Child is, I am not utilizing child for. I will feel lonely if child is not there. The whole house becomes empty. No. Child must have the fulfillment of having a mother, having a house. It has to grow. So what a difference it creates. So we start learning sacrifice little by little from our state. One by one we go on learning and the expansion. We go on expanding, little by little. So Bhagavad Gita is teaching an important lesson in our life. Jagate Virag, Virag is, it is there. I don't have attachment. I never say I cannot live without it. But it is there. If it is not there, all right. If it is there, all right. So I have a car, all right. I don't have a car, all right. Equally all right. I don't grieve. I don't feel I cannot live without it. I don't calculate also. I am doing like this, that. No. It is so smooth. As they see how water flows, taking the line of least resistance. I am accepting whatever situations of life come, whatever way things are going on. There is no obstruction. There is no objection. What all comes, I am just meeting and going. Where is my attention? What am I seeking? Yes, I want to transcend this nature and go and reach my Lord. The whole attention is my whole mind, my soul is there in God. What is that God? He pervades the whole universe. He is the support. He has become the universe. He is pervading it and giving existence to it. He is the substratum on which the whole universe is standing. So when I love God, I love this universe. All beings I love. Otherwise, I love only a small, insignificant part of this world which I call mine. The expansion of heart, expansion of consciousness is loving God. By loving God, what will you get? You become God Himself, who loves everything, who pervades everything, who experiences the Sukha and Dukkha along with the Jiva. So this is Vairagya. Vairagya and Tyaga are expansion of consciousness. I am going beyond the limits. House was limiting me. I went beyond. I started loving society in which my people also are included. I am not excluding them, they are loving the society. I am serving others, including my family. The serving others include everything, my bodily existence also. So everything. So Vairagya, Tyaga is to be understood in the right sense. The Gita, how Sri Ramakrishna is explaining, you see. What is the significance of Gita? Significance. We read Gita, we by heart Gita, but we forget to see what is the significance. What Krishna is telling to Arjuna in and through the entire Bhagavad Gita. What is the significance of Gita? It's what you find repeating 10 times. Gita, 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 Gita. It is then reversed into Tagi, which means a person who has renounced everything for God. Everything for God. God is all-pervading. Everything is a small part in God. It is like, suppose there is a cloth, there is design on it. You are liking one part of the design, a small iota of design. Whereas the thing is entirely different, it's vast. The whole cloth to love. You are loving that one part which you like also. It is not excluded. When you love the whole cloth, you are not going to eliminate that part. It is included in the whole. Now, your vision is expanding from the small part which you love to the entire cloth. It is in the entire cloth that small is embedded. Like that, whom you are loving, you are holding on to, they are embedded, like a jewel embedded in a crown. What you love, what you call mine, is also there in the entire universe. In God. When you love God, you love everything. And the lesson is, oh man, renounce everything and seek God. Renounce everything is to grow beyond the small things you are holding on to. Whether a man is a monk or a householder, he has to shake off attachments from his mind. Attachment to small thing, if you leave, your attachment to the universal level expands. You get attached to every jiva in this universe. Because of the attachment to small, you are missing the entire existence. And now you see, you are expanded to the infinite. Chaitanya Deva set out on pilgrimage to South India. One day he saw a man reading Gita. Another man seated at a distance was listening and weeping. His eyes were swimming in tears. Chaitanya asked him, "Do you understand all this?" The man said, "No, revered sir. I don't understand a word of the text. Then why are you crying? Asked Chaitanya. The devotee said, I see Arjuna's chariot before me. I see Lord Krishna and Arjuna seated in front of it, talking. I see this and I weep. See, as a small child, we start telling stories to children. It creates an image. Krishna, what is Krishna? Krishna's Leela, a small child. Then his Tarunya. The whole village, Gopas, Gopis, animals, all loving him in various ways, playing with him. Then we see as he is entering the threshold of youth, he has to live and run for the Dharma Samsthapana. And we see him last entering into the destructive part of the evil, the war of where he gives the sermon of the whole essence of what is God, what is beyond. And the whole picture, the Gita, Krishna telling Gita, we have heard, we have got a picture of it. Now, when the person is teaching, this person is from the memory. He had heard Krishna was teaching Arjuna. The whole thing is visualizing how it was going on, how he was talking, how he is telling. And we see him slowly emerging out, the whole picture coming in front of him. And he is feeling, experiencing that joy within and weeping. So this we see in how the imagination, what we have heard, Shravana, how it gets converted into the imagination and visualization and realization. How just the essence is, the whole thing is evolving towards God and God realization. So we see it is a beautiful process of evolution. It is going on, going on, going on. Whatever we hear, the essence, the whole thing is reading, scholarship. What is the difference between scholarship and realization? If anything I have read or studied or known, if it is not taking me to God, it has no meaning at all. It has to make me evolve. It must make me develop with Him. It must make me grow towards the divine. So here Sri Ramakrishna is giving various examples to see how each example you see how he is developing from Rama to Bhagavad Gita, and how the Bhagavad Gita we all read, but there is no bhava. Even the feeling is not awakening. The Krishna's picture, when anybody used to sing, Naren or anybody, a word or two is sufficient for Sri Ramakrishna to catch the reality. The song is going on, a few words have come out, the Lord's name is there. There are three things while singing. One, there is the song which gives the artha, meaning. The song is in a particular language which gives meaning. And another is the raga, the tune to which it is put. Beautiful ragas will be there, which is capturing artha, raga and bhava, feelings. Feelings are there. We get lost either in raga or artha. While singing anybody, I am able to understand what he is singing because it's a language. And I feel joy in hearing the tune in which it is sung. These two are there, beautiful raga going on. In that I get lost. And bhava is feeling, your heart suddenly looking for that object. Where is it? Where is that object? And the bhava makes you search or hold on to that. Sri Ramakrishna is to just on raga and just a name of God is sufficient for him. The raga, tala and all that. He just places his foot and jumps to catch the object. See, Krishna's song is going on. Krishna, the term before it can come from the meaning itself, one or two words have gone. Already the whole picture presents before his eyes. Radha, one word is sufficient for him. The whole picture of Vrindavan comes into his mind. And next moment, there is Krishna. He has caught hold and left the whole world. He is in Bhava Samadhi. This Lord expects whatever you hear, Shravana, whatever you read, Patana, whatever you contemplate upon, it must hold the vastu, the object, and go beyond. The whole effort is to transcend the nature and go beyond. How shall I transcend? How shall I go beyond? My whole attention must be in reading, in doing all spiritual practices. We do japa. What must be the state in which you do japa? Clearly feeling the living presence of God in the heart of your heart. Your awareness is filled with His presence. Love is flowing out and you are doing japa, where the world is absent. All your losses, gains and engagements are off, are detached from, all gone away. Nothing bothers you. Everything you are dropped away. You are pure being seeking the pure being. This is what we see this is what Sri Ramakrishna expects. Whatever you do, whatever you read, whatever you hear, all thought, feeling and actions must lead you to God ultimately. Scholarship, otherwise a great worker, he is working, great things he is doing. Somebody has found out computer, somebody is adding many things to the cell phone. What is the use? He is standing in the quicksand. Any movement will make him go deeper and deeper layers of this quicksand. Each discovery, each thing, he is sinking down. And the other side is evolution. God wants for you to each thought, each action. You see, thought, action also. Whatever you do, ultimately, it must be escalator for you to climb to higher levels of consciousness. How do you do? I have to do all the duties of my life. For earning, I go somewhere and do my work. Offer that to God. Oh Lord, you placed me here in this situation, and all this I offer at your feet. Whatever I have, whatever I possess, whatever I do, whatever feelings I get, every thought. I saw an old lady telling, I want to go and sit for meditation. I want to do some patana of some stotra. I start doing. But mind runs whole from here, early days of my life, what all I have experienced, losses and gains. It goes on thinking of that. That person told like this person told like this happened in my life, that happened. Why did it happen in my life alone? All these thoughts going on coming. And what I do is every thought I offer it. You are bringing this thought into my mind. I put it all this in your feet. And I feel great peace in my heart when I put all that. So whatever comes in life, it must be associated with God, good or bad, and to be offered. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.